So I thought, I am practicing in front of a mirror. I'm practicing recording myself in a mobile phone. What if I can automate that experience and have real time feedback and analytics of my facial expressions, of my speech expressions via an AI tool? And that led me to the idea of building this product. We also provide real-time feedback to the user. So while you are practicing, you can see a smiley face or a sad face there, and that is our way um, of cueing or triggering the user to change the facial expressions. We did some research, and I think our research suggested that a recruiter or a hiring manager loses, or in the system, the whole system of recruitment, the value chain loses about 400 to 800 um, dollars if an underconfident candidate is rejected.
Hi friends and welcome to my channel. How much can AI help us in preparing for job interviews? I'm not just talking about ChatGPT, which is a great tool where you can get answers to a lot of interview questions, but I'm talking about a more advanced app where you not only get those questions, but it also comes with a fantastic AI enabled tool that can help you rehearse for your next job interview and provide you some great feedback on your facial expressions, your rehearsal style, and so on. This app is called Confidence.ai and is developed by Fasahat Feroze, with whom I'll be talking in this podcast. Fasahat is passionate about innovation, entrepreneurship, and is on a mission to create a level playing field for all job interview candidates around the world. So let's talk to him. So, first, tell us a little bit about the Confidence.ai, the product that you have built, and at what moments of, let's say, an individual's life it can help them. So, just tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we have conceived Confidence AI as a coach, as an AI coach. The initial use case we thought, and is a coach for people who struggle in with soft skills, specifically in high stakes social interactions. So people who struggle in high stakes social interactions, the category or the use case we thought of those social interactions or high stake social interactions were job interviews. We started off with use case, but of course, the technology that we have built have can impact other use cases as well, where high stake social interactions occur. Again, as I said, I started off this concept of confidence AI based on my experiences as I moved to Australia and have to reimagine my career in Australia as a non-native English speaker, as a migrant, as an introvert. Um, I had to struggle to sell myself as my competence, my skill set, my experience to others. And all of these were high stake social interactions. So I thought, I am practicing in front of a mirror. I'm practicing recording myself in a mobile phone. What if I can automate that experience and have real time feedback and analytics of my facial expressions, of my speech expressions via an AI tool? And that led me to the idea of building this product.
Excellent. And by the way, I actually used that particular feature you just mentioned, Fasad, which is pretty cool. So as you introduced me to the product, I downloaded it and I took one of the job interview questions and I practiced it. And then at the end of it, it gave me some very nice analytics about my uh, facial language, my body language, and all of that. So tell us a little bit about how does that tool work really?
So tool is very simple. There are there are universal expressions that are defined by your lip movement, your eyebrows, your eyes movement, and there are specific points which AI or facial analysis AI track on your face to determine, in probabilistic sense, that which expression or emotion is showing on your face. So what the tool in our app does is take every frame of that video that is being recorded, We can take every frame as well. We can take every 10th frame or every 20th frame, depending on how much processing is available or how much quality that we want to build in the tool, or how much quality is required. And we analyze, or we let the tool analyze the expression on the face, and based on that expression we get a probability of a certain expression. We translate that expression, and we record that, and we build analytics around that. And at the end of the day, at the end of the practice session, we give an output, which is a distribution of various emotions that the tool was able to, AI was able to detect on your face. We also provide real-time feedback to the user. So while you are practicing, you can see a smiley face or a sad face there, and that is our way um, of cueing or triggering the user to change the facial expressions. For example, I'm not smiling at this point in time, but if I see somewhere at the corner that there is some indication that I'm not smiling, I need to smile because I'm in an interview setting, then the more I practice about it, the more I internalize that behavior. So the whole idea of that real-time feedback of whether your face is showing a positive or a negative emotion is for you to practice smiling more, and being more calm. So calmness and happiness are the two positive emotions in our app. You being sad, or you being surprised, or you being frustrated, angry, like all the negative emotions, if your face is showing, then we put that as negative emotion, and a sad smiley would appear on your during your practice session. So it's all
Yep.
about practicing positive emotions, being in a positive mindset while you are answering those questions. Questions might be hard, questions might be of sort that you are not familiar with, but the more you practice with positive expressions on your face, the more positivity would come out in your answers as well. So that's the hypothesis that we have built into our product.
That's fantastic, and I mean it's really amazing to see how you can use the frames and the technology which is available, and then use the AI algorithms to help improve that high stake experience as you mentioned. Does this tool also factor in? And this is always a question that comes to my mind because I've made so many excuse me, made so many videos about this topic, and a lot of candidates send me a lot of questions as well as they watch the content. I did make a video some time ago about digital body language, right? So when you are interviewing in a virtual setting on Skype or Teams and those kind of things, so does the tool also factor in the fact that you are either interviewing in person or virtually?
Yeah, again, the tool has, and again, it depends on how many parameters of that frame you are analyzing. So if you are analyzing just the facial expressions, or you are analyzing the movement of head, um, how my posture. So you can analyze different elements of the uh, in that image, every image of that, or every frame of that video. The more you analyze, the more processing it takes. So at the end of the day, we need it as someone who's dealing with technology needs to balance out the amount of data that we need to analyze and the outcome that we require. Yes, we can take in like other factors. We can track eyeballs as well. Right now, we can track whether you are wearing glasses, and all sort of things. But again, the more we track or analyze, the heavier the app becomes.
Excellent. This is fantastic. No, I think this is already a very useful tool for the candidates, Fasad. So well done on developing this. And I'm sure as the technology further evolves and you get a lot of feedback, this is going to improve. One question which I was thinking about, as I was browsing through the app itself, was I think it's very evident that how this helps the candidates. How do you think the app in its current shape, or maybe in the future, based on your knowledge about the technology, can also help the recruiters? Because I know there's a lot of AI enabled, let's say, application tracking systems now. Actually, I made a video about this recently on how these ATS systems are becoming more AI enabled, and how the format of the resume that you submit becomes very, very important. So I think we covered that topic. But as this technology on, like, facial expressions, and in general, that high stake moment of job interviews becomes even more leveraged through AI, how do you think this technology can help the recruiters?
Well, it is. It's gonna take a lot of load out of recruiters. Imagine that if after an interview you get a very sophisticated, polished report of candidate's body language or personality type or confidence. And the recruiter can very well based his or her judgment based on that report. So a lot of investment has already been happening on the B2B or business to business application of this particular technology. uh, I initially conceived this to be a B2C application, and it's still very much the case. We are helping users before going to such AI assisted interviews to become familiar with the AI technology itself and practice as much as they can in the comfort of their homes or offices, wherever they feel comfortable to practice. So, but having said that, I think currently in its B2C form as well, um, all the people who are concerned about placement of students or individuals, be it recruitment firms or career hubs or career centers in universities, can recommend this to the job applicants, job seekers, or to the students to upskill themselves. So we did some research, and I think our research suggested that a recruiter or a hiring manager loses, or in the system, the whole system of recruitment, the value chain loses about 4 to 800 um, dollars if an underconfident candidate is rejected after a couple of interviews. So he passed first interview, second interview, third interview, gets rejected, but all the hours and effort spent on those sessions is a loss to the system, and the middleman, the recruiter loses, the hiring company loses on that, and the candidate also loses. So what if the candidate upskills, spends a few hours or a few minutes even upskilling themselves on this tool, or on any other tool, and then go into this go for interview? It would benefit the whole system. So a long answer to your short question, but I think at this point in time, the recruiters, the middlemen who are concerned with placing job seekers can benefit from recommending these tools. And similarly, the university placement centers or career hubs or career centers can also benefit from this tool.
Excellent. That's fantastic. And yeah, I mean, I just want to also reiterate the point you made, that recruitment is a very important, a very expensive process, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize this, but that is one of the reasons why a lot of times, which is, something which is also a challenge at the same time, that a lot of recruitment ends up happening internally, especially in bigger companies, because uh, I'd rather hire someone I know well and take less of a risk with that candidate as compared to going outside. And that's why networking becomes so important, because at the end of the day, it's a very expensive process. And after, just you mentioned, after 3 or 4 rounds, if a candidate is rejected, that's already a lot of salaries who have been involved in vetting through that whole process, and that whole money is gone to waste. So thanks for sharing that statistic, Fasad. Now, one last question I had was that, is this app available like universally, or is it only available in certain parts of the world right now?
No, it's available on all app stores or Google Play stores universally. Yeah, so you person sitting in Ghana can download it, or a person sitting in Canada can download it and use it. So it's available equally to everyone. As I said, we it's just been launched. It's a couple of weeks old, so we are not really advertising it. So no marketing budget, like big budget is backing this app. And one of the reasons is that we want to learn from user feedback before we really spend money on growing it. So through Thank you very much for all the feedback that you have provided. It really helped me to think about this app. And yes, through your podcast, the people who are connected um, can use the application. As I said, it's free to use, it's free to try, up to five attempts, and still it's going to be free. It's just that you're not going to get some analytics feedback unless you pay for more credits. Please do try it and give us your feedback through Jamil, or you can reach out to me directly. You can search me up on LinkedIn, or send an email to us through our website. Confidence.ai is our website, where you can find the links for downloading the application. So yeah, so right now it is available to everyone, and it is free, and we are really looking for user feedback.
Excellent, excellent. No, thanks a lot for coming on the show again, Fasad. And it's great to know that this app is universally available because although we are doing this podcast in North America, but a lot of my viewers are in India, in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, in a lot of those countries on the other side of the planet. So it's great that it's available universally. And I'm sure, and I really encourage whoever is watching this podcast to use this app and provide us some valuable feedback as well. And I'm sure, like, that whole moment of a job interview and the process of preparing for an interview is high stakes, as Fazaz mentioned, and it's very nervous, emotional process as well. And that's why, like, I've made a lot of videos, and I continue to intend to make even more videos on the topic of, like, different job interview questions. And now with the technologies like the one that Fasad has introduced, this is great news for all those job candidates out there, for all of you, because now you can also harness the power of technology to maximize your chances to land your next job. So once again, Fasad, thanks a lot for coming on the show, and good luck with the further development of this app. And I'm sure it's already a great tool, and it's going to get even better. And I've got personal passion for human skills, soft skills, and that's why I've started my channel as well. So I'm a big supporter of the concept, and hopefully, as this app also evolves with time, we will invite you more on this show again.
Thank you very much, Jamil, for the invite, and I really admire your passion. That is the reason that I said yes or coming, because our passions are the same. We want to change how, and that is our vision as well. We want to level the playing field for people which may not have the adequate soft skills required in the corporate world, or in the world in general. So yeah, our passions align. So I'd be glad to come to your podcast anytime in future as well. Thank you for the
Absolutely. Okay. Thanks a lot, Fasad.